Thanks for tuning in. In this review, I'm going to be taking a look at a criminally underrated slasher from the late 80s. And now, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. The movie is a modernized retelling of the classic Phantom of the Opera, with an obvious location change from an opera house to a shopping mall. I've theorized that as a kid, I rented this movie enough times to actually fund the production, so I'm going to be a little bit biased in this review. Overall, the plot advances nicely, but a few dialogue-heavy scenes drag on a bit long. Most of the acting is incredibly cheesy, but I'm unsure if this was played up for laughs or if it's unintentional comedy. The film would be notable for featuring a young Pauly Shore, as well as Morgan Fairchild, but it's also worth mentioning that Foree makes a return to the shopping mall in this one. It's pretty decently shot, and I really like the footage of the Phantom stalking through the vents and sewers. The picture quality is kind of grainy and too dark, but I think that's because it's a VHS rip. There are some pretty good gore effects in the film, but it's not an outright gore fest. Although the film does feature some of my favorite kills in slasher film history. The look of the Phantom is decent. They do their best to hide it in shadow, but whenever it's exposed in the light, it looks pretty cheesy. They also pitch shifted his voice, and while it does sound kind of cool, it makes some lines unclear. It features a really solid 80s score, but if you're not into 80s music, you're not going to like it. The film would also feature a lot of crazy stunt work, as well as a full-on car chase through a parking garage. Phantom of the Mall is an over-the-top, ridiculous, cheesy slasher film send-off to a decade filled with cheesy slasher films. The film was never going to please everyone. However, I'm a big fan of the movie, and I have been for some time. I consider it a treasure in my collection. It is somewhat hard to find on physical media, and I really wish a company would release a special edition of it, as I feel it really deserves one. Go ahead and give it a watch if you can find it.